Okay, so without further ado then, I'll get started. Thank you so much for joining me this morning for a presentation on Cosmos and Globus. Affordable adventures with the touring style for everyone is what we like to say. I'm Dave Croft. I'm the Regional Sales Manager for the South of England, working together with Baldwin's. Delighted to be coming together with Baldwin's today to talk a little bit more about the products that we've got, the promotions that we've got on for 2022, and why we think that we're the best tour operator out there for your next holiday. Basically, going to go through a lot about what we have on offer, but obviously just a little bit about general escorted touring as well, in case you're not too familiar with it. So without further ado, I will move on. So yeah, before we discuss Cosmos, I thought it's important to just take a little moment to talk about escorted touring in general, just in case you're not sure of what an escorted tour entails. It's essentially hassle-free travel. What it is we will perfectly plan the itinerary, allowing you to see the best of each destination. There's no driving, there's no navigating, there's no planning or anything like that. You just sit back and relax. So all of that kind of anxiety with regards to that is taken out of it. Once you get to the destinations where you want to go, you skip the line to the pre-booked attractions. It's led by an expert tour director who is your first port of call for anything, really, in terms of questions or any kind of advice you might need. So in a nutshell, it's less planning, it's more relaxing and actually enjoying the holiday. And because all the apprehension is just taken out of it, really, because you've got someone there. None of it really falls on you to have to deal with any issues or anything like that. You're just there literally as a passenger to sit back and enjoy. And that's why we think an escorted tour is easily one of the finest holidays out there if you really want to get into a destination and see as much of it as possible. So that's an escorted tour in a nutshell. As for us, well, Cosmos and Globus, we've been around a long time. We've been a fixture in the UK travel industry since the 60s. We've got the experience and the expertise that comes with that level of history, we like to think. Our brochures are often fondly recognised and remembered. I always put them up on the screen here. I did a presentation not long ago and an agent said that as a 17-year-old, she had to learn the Cosmos America tour brochure back to back, which I'll let you work out her age from that because she won't thank me for saying it. But it just shows how long kind of we've been around, really, and say it's always nice to know that you're dealing with a company that's a real fixture in the UK travel industry. So what makes us different is there are lots of tour operators out there. So in case of what makes us different, number one thing I would say is choice, really. Straight away, we've got tour only or a full package option where you can have your flights, everything included. And we've got complete flexibility in that as well. So although the dates of the tour don't change, the fact that you could arrive earlier, stay later in the hotel, so if for example, a tour starts in Chicago and it's only there for a night, you want to stay 2 or 3, we can arrange that so that you do get there beforehand and stay there. Or say if you're looking to make it as part of a larger thing, we can just sell it tour only as well. The options there for you. And continuing that theme of choice, we've got several different touring brands that I'm going to go into a little bit more in a moment, but all with different price points, different levels of accommodation. They're all focusing on different parts of tours. So we've got a huge array of tours, but also different brands within it that mean that you can, if you're looking for something a little bit more affordable, we've got that covered. Or if you're looking for something a little bit more in depth, we've also got that covered as well. So we really don't believe in square pegs and round holes at Cosmos. We believe that you should get exactly the holiday that you're looking for. Great value as well. If you were to put all of these things together on your own, it's often a bit of a misconception that you're going to save money doing so, but we can save up to 30% because Cosmos and Globus, especially in America, are so big that they've got the pulling power to get the cheaper prices for the hotels and all these kind of things, and all those savings are passed on in terms of making it one full package. And as I said before, we're family-owned, independent company, been around for nearly 90 years in one form or another, but in the UK for 60. Owned by the Mantegazza family in Switzerland. Still a family-run company. The ethos is to create happy guests because we genuinely do care about the experience. So we're small enough to be a family one, but also large enough to have that pulling power that comes along as being around for so long, really. So we like to think we're the perfect blend of the two. So why are we different again? Well, we know everyone's individual, looking for their own features that's going to make the tour special. Some are looking for like the popular highlights, you know, they've been there, done that kind of things, and others are looking to go a little bit more maybe off the beaten track. We've got varied concepts within our portfolio to facilitate that. We've got Cosmos. This is probably the most well-known one. This is our affordable touring brand, enables you to see the must-see sites, but without breaking the budget. We've got Globus. This is our first-class touring offering. It's got premium hotels, more inclusions. It's for the tourer that likes to travel in style and, as I say, get deeper into that destination. We've got Escapes by Globus, which is exactly the same first-class touring, but it's done in the off-season, so less crowds and also a better price as well. So if you're still more discernible in that sense in terms of budget, then Globus Escapes may be the one for you. And finally, we've got Choice Touring. It's our newest innovation, something I'll talk a little bit more about later on. But in a nutshell, on certain days throughout a tour, it'll give you the option to select between 3 different tours, which is very rare in escorted touring, because very often it's a case of, well, you're here on this day, this is your offering, but to give you a choice of 3 different ones, as I say, is very rare indeed. And also in terms of our, you know, we've got the 4 touring concepts and we've got more tours to the USA and Canada than any other operator in the UK. So with that said, we've got over 500 holidays to 76 worldwide destinations, including, you know, Switzerland, all throughout Europe, mainland Europe, and also Eastern Europe as well. We've got all the way down through Italy, which is one of our promotions where all flights to Italy for 2022 are free. We've also got Cosmos River Cruises, very affordable river cruises, which we charter a Swiss company named Turgo River Cruises. And we go through the Adriatic coast. We do the Russian waterways. We do the south of France. We do the Douro, all in that very affordable kind of Cosmos touring brand. We also go on safari down to South Africa. Our safari in Kenya and Tanzania has 11 game drives in 11 days. So absolutely no doubt that you'll get close and into the wildlife there. And Asia as well, with Vietnam, Cambodia, Japan, India, the highlights of New Zealand, so all the way up to New Zealand and Australia, and also South America as well, with Iguazu Falls and Machu Picchu, and, you know, go through the Amazon, through Brazil. Basically, we've got everything covered in terms of a huge range of worldwide tours. And keeping in with that theme of choice, we like to think that, you know, every tour that we do through our exotics program, which is basically South America, Asia, and Africa, has an average of just 20 to 24 guests. But we've extended that further because we know there may be a little bit of apprehension about touring with a larger group. Our normal group sizes is between 40 and 44. Now, that may be too many for some, so we've also arranged some special small group departures on the majority of our tours to North America and Europe, again, with an average of just 20 to 24 guests. They cost typically on average about 10% more, but it is, again, just offering up that choice. If you're happier traveling in larger groups, then it's not for you. But if you are looking to have maybe a bit more of an intimate kind of experience, then we've got that covered as well. As I say, this theme of choice will be something that runs all the way through my presentation. So what do you get from a Cosmos tour? Well, these are comfortable, clean, attractive hotels, a very minimum of 3-star accommodation, more likely 4 a lot of the time. As I said, it's our affordable touring brand. We curate fantastic itineraries based on excellent price points that include visits to all of the must-see sites. There's no way you'll come away from somewhere, having been on a Cosmos tour, thinking, oh, I should have gone to that one, or how did they not? You know, we always make sure that the main highlights are in there. And of course, they're guided by our fantastic tour directors. I'll talk a little bit more about them later, but they've got on average 15 years in the travel industry. They speak at least, or on average, again, three languages. They're experienced, they're freelance as well, which is important to note because it means that they have a choice of who they work for each year. And every year they come back to us because they enjoy working for us, the kind of feel that we have, the family feel to it and everything. And it means that what you're getting is very experienced tour directors and very, very safe pairs of hands when you're on tour. As I said, with Cosmos, as it's the affordable tour, you get that free time in destination as well. Sometimes the criticism is labeled at escorted touring sometimes is that you hear it there and you don't get the opportunity to perhaps explore independently. There's none of that with Cosmos. You get absolutely the opportunity to do it as well. And as I say, all under a very budget conscious kind of ethos as well. And Globus, well, Globus is, as I said, it's our first class touring. get more inclusions featured as standard, really. So you'll tend to have hotels very much in the heart of the destination. There'll be a minimum of four-star, sometimes 5 stars as well. You'll normally get more meals included with a Globus tour, and also VIP access to skip all the lines as well. So it's very much, for a very discerning traveller, someone who's perhaps looking to get far more into the destination and perhaps isn't as budget conscious, really. So looking to get that very immersive experience. Highlighted no better than with our local favourites that you find on these Globus tours. Now, these are just something that takes you off the beaten track, not something that you're necessarily going to go there for, but it's a lovely little accent to the whole holiday. Like, for example, on safari, you're there to see the wildlife, of course, but having champagne drinks at sundown is obviously, it's a special little moment where you come together with all your fellow kind of group, travelers. At the Taj Mahal, we go there, but at sunrise before the crowds, so you can get better access and better photos as well. And on some of our deep south tours to the southern states of the US, we visit RCA Studio B, the famous recording studio where all the country singers have recorded albums and stuff. And we have a guided tour there, but also you get to have a personal recording session while you're there as well, which would scare the life out of me. But to say that you've gone there and recorded at the same place as some of these famous musicians would be pretty fantastic. And that's really what sets our two kind of main brands apart, really. So here's a brief overview then of what we're going to be doing for our January and February promotions, and that's what I'm going to be focusing on. We're having free return flights with Italian tours, as I mentioned before. That also includes our return flights with Jersey tours and also Ireland tours as well. So all 2022 tours to Italy, Ireland and Jersey with both Cosmos and Globus are all with free flights. We also have £150 off per couple for North American tours as well, to try and take advantage of that huge offering that we have. So I've just got a very quick video just to give you an example of what you could get up to in Italy with Cosmos. I like to put the videos in also just to give you a break from listening to me as well. So after that little interlude, I'm going to show you a couple of the Italian tours. The first one we've got, and is one of our best sellers, Magic of the Italian Lakes. As you can see, they're free flights when you book an Italy 2022 tour. I will be saying that one a lot. It's an 8-day escorted tour. It includes breakfast daily and 4 dinners, and you'll have overnights for 2 nights in Lake Garda, Lake Como, and Lake Maggiore, as well as your first night in Milan when you arrive. The excursions, that are included on this tour is that you'll visit Sirmione, which is a picturesque spa town on the south shore of Lake Garda. You do get your days at leisure as well to explore Lake Garda and Lake Maggiore. As I said before, that's what Cosmos tours do. They include lots of excursions, but do give you that option to get out there and explore at your own leisure. We'll visit Verona. We'll have a scenic trip to Bellagio and Varenna, both picturesque towns on Lake Como shores. And we also just nip into Switzerland and visit the beautiful Lake Lugano as well. So, as I said, it includes breakfast daily and 4 dinners. That's 1,119. That's including all the things I've said there, as well as your flights, your transfers. And that's based on the 2nd of October, though we do have dates from May all the way through to October. I've just put that October one in there because I know some people are looking to kind of go a little bit later in the year. So that's Magic of the Italian Lakes. But by far our best seller since we've started the 2022 promotion is our tour of Sicily, beginning and ending in Palermo. You'll visit Trapani with a local guide, and then you'll take in the stunning views on the cable car with a medieval hilltop ride of, I think I'm right in saying Erice, but I'm sure you can pick me up on that if I'm wrong. An excursion on Mount Etna as well, which obviously, the famous volcano. It includes breakfast daily and 4 dinners again, free flights, transfers, and that's $899. Now that's based on the 16th of April, but once again, we've got dates all the way through from May to October. So 899 with all of that included is a fantastic value, and something that we've been seeing a lot of people getting on board with and purchasing since we started the promotion. So that's two of our finest for Italy. But remember, all 2022 Italian tours, of which we have an extensive array, do include those free flights. This is all from Heathrow, by the way, is the free flights. So moving on to take advantage of our second promotion, and this is £150 per couple off the USA and Canada. Now, nobody does more tours to the USA and Canada, as I've said, than Cosmos and Globus. But what makes us stand out other than that? Well, basically, it's the amount of choice that we have in terms of those tours. Some other operators will have 15, 20 tours in total. As you can see from the scrolling maps on the screen, this is just a fraction of what we've got on offer. Trips to all of America's top destinations, as well as some of the ones that are a little bit off the beaten track as well. You know, for example, you know, your Alaskas and your Hawaiis and things like that. With 20, you know, we've got 20 tours just for national parks, 14 just for the Canadian Rockies. And as I say, we don't believe in that one size fits all, square pegs and round holes approach. We believe that, you know, you've seen multiple tours there for Alaska, Hawaii, New England, but we also get deep into America's musical heritage with Nashville, Memphis, New Orleans, among others. At Cosmos and Globus, we're very deep rooted in the belief that no two customers are the same. That's why we offer so much choice. And we take a lot of pride in the extensive range of tours and everything that we have. After such a long time being stuck in at home and having to, if you are traveling, very much localized, we believe that, you know, your next trip is the one that you've been thinking about for a long time, dreaming about, and you shouldn't have to compromise on that. USA and Canada has everything over there that, you know, that you wish to offer. And we've got so many tours there that you should be able to find exactly what you're looking for. And that's why we think that we're really above and beyond in terms of what we offer for USA and Canada. Just to give you an example of some of the tours that we've got out there, our best lead-in, our best selling in terms of for seeing the Grand Canyon and those national parks over in America is our Highlights of the Canyonlands, 7-day round trip in and out of Las Vegas. It's our US kind of national parks tours. They're a perfect balance between sightseeing and relaxation. You'll come away refreshed and recharged. And the Highlights of the Canyonlands is our introduction tour that takes you to the Grand Canyon, Bryce Canyon, and Zion National Park. You stay inside Grand Canyon, so you have the opportunity to see the most stunning sunrise over the canyon. In Bryce Canyon, you'll be amazed at the bright red, yellow, and pink pillars that they call hoodoos, and then enjoy the beauty and the peace of the Zion National Park. They all have their own kind of little thing that makes them stand out and makes them unique. And the massive canyon walls ascending towards the blue sky is certainly Zion National Parks. And at just $1,675, including your flights and the 7-day tour, that is amazing value. We've got that's for the 2nd of October 2022. We've got dates all throughout 2022 and 2023 as well, if you're looking to travel a little bit further in the future when things are a little bit more stable. Now, if you're looking for something that builds upon something like that, if you're thinking, right, I'm going to America, I bet I'm going to make it last at least 2 weeks because it's a long way to fly at the end of the day, then we've got Exploring America's National Parks. It's a 15-day epic tour taking you some of America's iconic scenery and visits to venture further into Colorado, South Dakota, Wyoming, and Utah. It takes in the iconic Yellowstone National Park, where you can watch the famous Old Faithful erupt. You've got Mount Rushmore with all the presidents on it, Crazy Horse Memorial, and Salt Lake City. There's a whole host of included excursions, as you can see there. With sightseeing opportunities as well, such as a Buffalo Safari and Custer State Park, and 4-wheel drive tours as well. We've got multiple dates once again from May to September 2022 and 2023. As I say, including your flights, that's 2, 3, 5, 9 for 15 days, which is absolutely tremendous value. And finally, for our USA and Canada, well, we've gone a little bit further north and we've gone to the Canadian Rockies, and one of our most inclusive packages, which is the Canadian Masterpiece. You can absolutely say that tick Canada and the Rockies off the bucket list if you were to do this one. Doing a round trip from Vancouver, you would embark eastbound, and the first couple of days you will embark on the Rocky Mountaineer, the most iconic train ride there is in Canada, basically. And you'll have two days on that where you stay in the gorgeous Banff Inn once you get to Banff National Park. Sightseeing excursions on this tour include a Vancouver City tour, trip to Lake Louise, which is gorgeous, Yoho National Park, Moraine Lake, an ice explorer ride on the Athabasca Glacier, which is on the Columbia Icefield, which just looks absolutely tremendous. Banff orientation tour, you stay in Whistler, guided tour of Victoria, including Butchart Gardens as well. It's a trip absolutely packed with experiences or inspiring sights. And at 3099, it's fantastic value, again, including flights. And in this case, that 2-day trip on Rocky Mountaineer, which is, I say, the most iconic train ride in the whole of Canada, with some staggering scenery as well. Now, to take a break about what we're doing in terms of where we go and the kind of tours that we do, I know at the moment that assurance and peace of mind is as important as any destination that you're looking to go to. We just want to take a few minutes to show a few slides that say exactly how important it is for us and what we're doing to kind of keep you safe on tour. We have a broad overview of it there, and in terms of everything that we do is with a mind on the safety really on tour, and it'll be down to things like temperature checks while you're there, ensuring that everyone that comes is double vaccinated. We're even down to, we've got some really high-end new listening devices, which means if you're not comfortable standing in a crowd, you can stand off to the side with a bit of your own personal space and still hear everything that the tour director is saying, as well as a lot of pre-trip health screenings. Our tour directors have been, I've got a slide coming up that says everything that our tour directors are doing as well, but also our peace of mind. Every single booking you make for 2022 comes automatically with our peace of mind travel plan, free of charge. And in a nutshell, this gives you the ability to move your holiday before departure to another destination, another holiday, another date or brand in our travel portfolio. So if you've got a Cosmos tour in September, but within 90 days, so by the final payment date, you want to change it to September 2023, you can do with, as I say, and you want it to be a Globus tour, that's absolutely fine. Different holiday, different date, different brand, anything you want to do, as long as you're within those 90 days for USA, Canada, and Europe, and 120 days for the rest of the world, you are completely free to move it wherever you want. So you won't lose your deposit and you won't incur any charges at all. We really want to get that one straight so everyone knows exactly what we're doing in terms of, you can book now, but it's by no means set in stone. You have that flexibility and peace of mind. As I said, the requirements include that all Cosmos international travelers are fully vaccinated before their tour. I know that it seems every time I do a slide on this, it goes out of date because the regulations change so regularly, but if COVID-19 testing is required for the return home, we'll facilitate that testing with the local and airline guidelines, so it's no cost to you. And as I say, before people go, we're providing guests with a set of additional health advice and instructions, ensuring all health considerations have been taken into account before leaving home. So again, just trying to take some of that apprehension out of it, which is the benefit of one of these tours and not doing it by yourself. And of course, our experienced safety, our tour directors, who are your first safety port of call. They're trained on our enhanced health and safety protocols. They're supported 24/7 by our local offices, who are well equipped to handle any on-trip issues. They've got extensive local knowledge to help navigate your destination safely, helping you avoid the long lines and the crowds when and whenever possible. And before each tour, our tour directors follow the same guidelines as our guests, so they have to be fully vaccinated and all of those things as well. And again, on the tour, we've got the mandatory health screening, touch-free temperature checks for all guests, for tour directors and drivers. Your tour director will assist you in finding local medical facilities if you're coming down with any symptoms and stuff. And there's directions on social distancing all throughout the journey. I know I've kind of elaborated on that quite a lot, but I know how important that is right now. And just what we want to do is just show exactly what we're trying to do to make sure that you stay safe on tour. So with all that in mind, you still may think, I want to get away, but I don't want to go too far. Well, in that case, we've also got you covered, because as well as the rest of the world, we've also got the UK in spades. We've got over 30 UK tours available on our website. And I'm just going to go through a couple of them now, if that's all right. Our UK Stay and Explore tours, they were developed as a result of COVID. We had to kind of think on our feet and try and think of something new that people might still be comfortable traveling with, even in these kind of like new times. And we came upon Stay and Explore, basically five night stays where you stay in one centrally located base hotel and you do excursions from it each day. So no need to be unpacking and repacking every few days, which I know is a little bit of a criticism sometimes for escorted touring. We've got three. We've got the Heart of England, which goes to Stratford upon Avon and Shakespeare's hometown. Scottish Highland Explorer, fantastic visiting whiskey distilleries and the Isle of Skye and everything like that over in out of Inverness. But the one I'm going to focus on is our Jersey Island Discovery, simply because for 2022, every Jersey Island Discovery tour includes free flights. Now, as you can see here, you'll stay for 5 nights with flights, transfers, 5 breakfasts and 1 dinner, $749 per person. And that includes 5 nights stay at the Pom d'Or Hotel, which is in St Helier, which is absolutely one of the best hotels on the island. You'll have excursions, including the Jersey War Tunnels, where you learn about life under German occupation. Trips to the Lamari Wine Estate, where you have afternoon tea with a guided tour and wine tasting, my favourite day. And also a coastline cruise to experience the breathtaking scenery all along Jersey, as well as a day at leisure to explore the wonderful beaches there as well. So very in-depth tour, all out of one base, so there's not too much going around. And I say, perfect as a little trip you want to take if you're not looking to go too far away. Now, we've also got free flights to Ireland for 2022, as I said, and I've just got a tour that I'm going to show you here. Again, another video, because I know you're probably sick of me talking. So here's, just enjoy this one. I do love that one. Yes, so that's your extensive Irish Discovery Tour, beginning and ending in Dublin, with stays in Tramore, Limerick, Sligo, Killarney, and Belfast. Lots of excursions included there, including trips to see the Waterford House of Crystal, the Ring of Kerry, Cliffs of Moher as well. It's just a phenomenal trip. As I say, it's got 8 breakfasts, so daily breakfast, 3 dinners included as well, at 1,205 for the full 9 days. And that's including flights as well, flights and transfers as well. So fantastic tour. If you're looking to perhaps do Ireland, but maybe not as extensive, just more like the south of Ireland, it always starts again, that one. Then you can try maybe Irish Escape. Now, as I mentioned, Irish Escape earlier is our Globus 4- and 5-star first class touring, but in the out of season. So you can do a 7-day tour just from in and out of Dublin. But as you can see there, you'll go everywhere below Dublin and not into the north of Ireland. You have breakfast daily and 2 dinners. Again, the Ring of Kerry, Waterford Crystal, Cliffs of Moher, and I say in high-end hotels, because it's a Globus tour. And that's just $739 with flights and transfers. Again, because it's our escapes, it's a very good price because it's in the shoulder seasons, as we like to call it. So that's Ireland covered, and the rest of the UK. As I say, we've got 30 tours. If you want to do Scotland and Ireland together, we have that. So yeah, we've really got the UK covered as well. Now, I mentioned earlier our choice touring. This is the one that excites me the most. And choice, as I said, it's unique because it gives you the option to select different tours while you're on tour, as a very say unique in travel, and something that we really would want to push. And it's remember, these are all from our first class touring concept, Globus. So your customers, so you'll be in 4- and 5-star hotels right in the heart of the destination, experienced tour guides on hand, VIP access. I'm just going to show you a couple of them now to take advantage of our £75 per person, so £150 per couple promotion. We've got the Boogie and Blues, which is the Southern US by design. Now, on this 8-day tour, you have 3 different days where you have a choice of 3 tours. In Biloxi, Mississippi, you'll have a 2-hour kayak ride and a visit to the Pascagoula River Center, or a guided tour of the O'Keeffe Museum of Art, or a Biloxi schooner trip for 2.5-hour sailing along the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Phenomenal. In Montgomery, you'll visit the National Memorial for Peace and Justice, or the old Alabama town, or the Hank Williams Museum. So let's say someone's a music fan and someone's a bit more of a historian. Go off onto your own thing, come back and do it. You'll have a fantastic time. Take a tour of, and then in Florence, you can visit the Rosenbaum House and a guided tour of Frank Lloyd Wright. Take a guided tour of Ivy Green, or tour the Florence, Alabama, or Fame Musical Enterprise as well with a guide. So it's got your choice of all of those, but also all of this is included as standard. So you've got city sightseeing in New Orleans, visit the Ground Zero Hurricane Museum, visit the Bay of St. Louis, sightseeing in Monroeville, and in Selma, very important visits to the National Voting Rights Museum and the Slavery and Civil War Museums. All of that's included as standard, as I say. We've got 17 dates over 2022 and 2023, 7 breakfasts, 1 lunch, 2 dinners. We can get flights as well, but I've just put the price in there at tour only at 1,635. So for the amount of choice and the high level of excursions that you'll be doing, and just how immersed you are into destinations, say some really important visits in there. So you go away really having got in tune with the southern states. It's terrific. And just to bring it a little bit closer to home, the Alps Out Loud, which is Switzerland and Lake Como by design. And I love doing this one because I can never pronounce half the things that are on it. But on the 8-day tour, you've got 3 days where you have a choice. And on the UNESCO World Heritage Site, Lavaux, for the guided wine tour, or the Montreux Riviera for a walking tour and fondue lunch, or Swiss chocolate and Mazon, K.A. Chocolaterie, and then on to Gruyere. That's where I always struggle. Then on another day, you can have a walking tour of Milan and the Piazza Duomo, an inside visit to the Duomo as well, or a 1-hour boat cruise around Lake Como. And then finally, you can have a tour of Lugano and a trip to Bellinzona, which is known as the gateway to Italy, and then send to Casa Grande, or have a pasta making course with a local chef. So again, different people can do different things that they'd like to do. And of course, as standard, orientation tour of Zurich, castle visit and wine tasting, orientation walk, guided walking tours, and visit to Rhine Falls, all included with flights this time, 2185, and that's in good season, 23rd of September 2022. So again, this is just another stunning tour that gives you opportunities to get really into the destination and choose what you want to do. It's so rare in escorted touring. Now, Cosmos have an extensive collection of some of the world's greatest train journeys on offer as well. Now, I don't think it was possible in lockdown to not see Michael Portillo or Chris Tarrant or someone showcasing some of the fantastic train rides that there are in the world, and we've got them in spades. Be it Scenic Switzerland, where the entire tour is on rails, the Bullet Train in Japan, which makes up part of a larger tour, the Canadian Train Odyssey from Toronto to Jasper National Park, or, as I said before, the Rocky Mountaineer. We've got that and many, many more. So if you are looking for one of those iconic railway rides, railway journeys, do give us a thought for that as well. And as I have mentioned very briefly, we've got all tours available for 2022, but also extensive numbers of tours for 2023 as well. So if you do have that apprehension at the moment where you just like to get something in the diary, something to look forward to, then do think of us as well, because we've got 2023, basically a full calendar for 2023 as well. So we can get it in there. And as I say, you'll always have the ability to move things around as well for any 2022 tours. You have that peace of mind. Now, I know, just very briefly, sustainability and what our company does for the environment is important to some customers. And Cosmos and Globus donate and support many charities in spades. We split it into 3 types of environmental, social, and economic. And to give an example, the Ocean Cleanup is a company that literally just dredges the ocean for plastic. And I watched a video yesterday where it took I think it was 3 tons worth of plastic out of the ocean on one dredging. It was madness. So we're really proud to support that. Landmine design, which helps people in areas of landmine kind of victims, help to create jewelry and start their own businesses and things like that, as well as the Wildland Firefighter Foundation that helps firefighters that may have been injured or lost their lives, so the family of it, in the national parks fires or the ones that happen in Australia as well. So we do we do support a lot of those charities as well, which I know might be interesting to some customers. So in summary, greater choice with Cosmos. We've got more touring holidays in North America and Europe than any other operator, as I've said. 500 holidays, 76 worldwide destinations, and those 4 different touring concepts. Globus, our affordable touring. Cosmos, our affordable touring. Globus, our first class touring, along with Escapes, which is the shoulder seasons, and choice, where you can select what you want to do on specific days on a tour. And remember, all 2022 bookings come automatically with that peace of mind. You can move to a different departure, destination, holiday, date, or even another brand. We do river cruises. You can move from a tour to a river cruise, all within the same brands, no problem at all. And we are ABTA and ATOL protected as standard. If your holidays cancel for any reason, you will receive a full refund. It's unequivocal. And finally, there's an exclusive booking discount to thank you for joining us today for the presentation. And it's, you can have a free Nomo travel wallet in its association with Boldens Travel. And that's for anyone that books as a result of coming onto the presentation today. So thank you very much for that. There's our promotions once more: free flights for Italy, Ireland and Jersey tours, and £150 per couple off North America tours. If you'd like to know any more, then please do get in touch with Boldens Travel, 01732 552233, or visit the local agency. I've spoke so much, but I had a lot to talk about, and I really thank you for your time and sticking with me today. And I would be delighted to answer any questions that you might have.